Okay, more Muggle and Muppet whoopings being dished out here. Well, I'm not dishing them out really, I'm just asking questions, and if you can't answer the questions, if you're bereft of answers, then you're whooping your own arses, aren't you? So here's the question. I just think I'll just keep throwing questions at you, and then in the hope that one day one of you will answer. So, when I'm saying all these things, and you keep watching, and I'm passing my opinion, and I'm saying what I've come to experience, what I think that I've got a little bit of knowledge in, and the only knowledge is experience, what do you think about that? Do you think, why haven't I had any of those experiences? Or, I have actually had one of those experiences. Did you ever think about it? Did you ever investigate it? Did you ever think, well, that's so unusual, I just feel that I owe it to myself to investigate that a little bit further? You know, if you've had an out-of-body experience, spontaneously or something, did you never consider that it might be interesting to pursue that and see how many other people have had out-of-body experiences? Or what about people when they've had entheogen experiences? What about the best one? Tell me your best story. You know, some people, you know, oh yeah, I've had loads of drugs and this and the other. Well, fucking, what about the stories? You got any stories worth telling, worth listening to? You know, I've told you hundreds of mine over the years. Have you got any? We just keep sucking on my stories. And just, what do you think? If you don't have the ability to tell stories, what do you think about your own mind, your level of intelligence? You just think, fuck, I can't even fucking talk. What sort of a dumb fuck can't even talk? Can't even express themselves? You know, there's only like 1% of you, and that's on a good day, that can actually hold conversation. Like who would come for a Zoom chat. And several of you always profess that you're coming, but it never makes manifest. Now, whatever. You know, maybe in the next life. I'll see you in the next life, yeah? When you grow up here. Yeah, stories, anything. Spiritual experiences, near-death experiences, entheogen experiences, out-of-body experiences, when you've applied your mind to things and you've discovered something and you start investigating it and wow, you go into a whole new dimension of consciousness and you're like, this world is so perplexing, it's vastly more weird than I ever imagined it was. Yeah. Well, when you've been down all these rabbit holes on YouTube and you've read thousands of books and all that sort of shit, then you've heard a few stories, and if you've had your own, then you've formed your own opinions on them. And it's like, yeah, I'm writing my book and I've been telling you guys about my spiritual experiences. They're a fucking big deal. And I tell a great fucking story. And I've got all the details in there and everything. And I can't even fucking get mustered up, you know, one comment like, fuck, I wish I could have that. Oh, that sounds really interesting. Nothing! It's like these fucking primal beings down in Central America couldn't see Christopher Columbus's boats. They just didn't enter into their fucking myopic worlds. Bizarre as fuck. And so I've been telling you that I've been discovering more and more things about the pink ape which start to explain things and make things much more reasonable in my estimation. When we look at things I spoke about aphantasia, I don't see any colours or visions at all when I close my eyes and I think about things. But I have hypnagogia, hypnopompia, visions when I wake up and when I'm falling asleep. I have the most fantastic and brilliantly more real than real spiritual experiences when I I'm asleep. When I go into the astral, I've seen all different sorts of grainy and dark, horrible environments to the absolutely beautiful, bursting with sunshine and colours. Like the DMT world. The DMT world shows you colours that you've never even seen before in your life. And everything is just a super high residue. Resolution. Super high resolution. And there's no gaps between anything. You can't see a single gap between nothing. Everything is all filled in and perfect. And it's just... everything's alive. And when you become spiritually endowed, then you see the same in the natural world. You see how everything is spirit, how everything is alive. And that's why when you got one leaf like this, you know, it's just crying out, hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. What else could he be fucking saying? Oh, it's just a leaf blowing in the wind, and it's nothing. Well, if that's the world you live in, fucking good riddance. You're welcome to it. But you see, there are people that like to believe in Jesus. And it seems to serve them in some fucking shallow, dull way. Because they never grow from it. They're never more spiritual. They're never more intellectual. They're vastly more dull and stupid. And maybe it's just that sort of person that does believe in that rubbish. But when you investigate those books like I have, and you know a thing or two about human psychology, and you've had a few supernatural, paranormal, entheogenic experiences, and then you just go, these fucking people in this fucking book are just writing shit about drugs. Oh, fucking hell. And all these Muppets believing that some man walked on water and God speaking to him in the fucking clouds and this and the other. I've seen all that stuff. I've seen God in the clouds. I've seen fucking cherubs. I've seen batwing fucking things and all that sort of thing. I've seen it all. And I know exactly what was going down in these books when all these fucking priests were fucking smoking the wacky backy and then writing shit down for the fucking idiots. Originally, they probably never obfuscated anything. They probably just told it the way it fucking was, that, you know, there's this and there's that and all blah blah blah. But over the years, you see, people got hold of these books, like the Council of Nicaea, which apparently were the council which compiled the modern Bible. And they chose 60 books out of about fucking 250. And what was in those other books, God only knows. And of course, there's scholars that look into these scriptures, and then they just see, look, that's missing, this is missing. And you can actually look in the Bible, and they've got a sequence of all these. In every book, they've got like, paragraphs numbered. Well, you can see that there's jumps in the paragraphs. And it goes like from 23 all of a sudden to 25. Where's 24 gone? What was in 24? What the fuck was in 24? Why didn't you put that down? And then, so what we have to do, we have to read the book of Enoch, and we have to read the book of Thomas, and then we have to read anything that the Gnostics have written, and then we learn a great deal of more what was in those biblical scriptures that never made the grade, never made the compilation, because evidently it was too revealing, or too much of a head fog, but in their infinite wisdom, they considered that it was perfectly fine to tell stories about walking on fucking water, but you couldn't tell stories about if you take certain entheogens, then you go into another paradigm of consciousness. And that's where we think God is. That's where we think God lies. And so it seems that this reality isn't as real as we think it is. Why can't they just say that? If they said that, then fucking hell, it'd still have the greatest of credence today, wouldn't it? and we'll be investigating it and experimenting with it, but it's dead. It's absolutely dead. Some dude walked on water. End of story. Can we walk on water? No. Alas, sadly not. Unless, of course, we're in the astral, or we're fucking on a wacky-backy fucking Entheogen excursion or something like that, then we can fly like fucking Superman. So do you think that these guys writing about the Son of God were on a bit of wacky-backy? I think they were. I think they were, to be fair, people. And so all this subject matter that I'm always speaking about, delving into this and delving into that and compiling my ideas together, and where's yours? Where's your fucking ideas? Why don't you come and tell me some of your fucking ideas? Because if you ain't got no ideas, then what happens? I just can't help thinking that I must be absolute fucking genius. I'm something else. I'm not of this world. I'm absolutely incredible. I'm a star. I'm Jesus reincarnated 10 fucking times over. And I guess if I put my mind to it, I can not only walk on water, I can fucking skim it across the top like a fucking skimming stone. Where are your fucking stories? Where are your experiences? Where are your evaluations of something? Where are your investigations? Are you all just potatoes? That's what I'm asking. Are you potatoes? Muggles, Muppets, drones, automatons, sheeple. I didn't coin those terms, people. Many, many people have coined those terms because they're a reality. And that is 99+% of the people that are walking around. They're dead. They're spiritually dead. Let the dead bury the dead. And fucking waste your time on them and get throwing pearls to fucking Muppets. Oh my God. Yes. Kicking some fucking Muppet ass today. Going 15 rounds with the Muggles. Poof, 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 poof. Poof, poof. Knocking some sense into them. So here we have this variety of berry, which blackbirds, thrushes and pigeons love. Then we've got the rose hips, which squirrels are partial to. I don't know how many other birds, but I can't think why they wouldn't be. They're very tasty, other than the fact they're very sticky. And the birds probably couldn't swallow them because they don't really have that level of tongue manipulation. Then we've got the hawthorn berries. And so just in this tiny 2-foot space, we've got these 3 varieties of berry which give life to animals and colour our world. And so they're almost at the point whereby they're going to be going black. Do you ever actually notice anything? Have you ever looked close enough to notice anything? Are you like a shy horse, just with the blinkers on? Just clog, 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 clog through life. And then you look at my videos, what do you think? What do you think? Fuck, what's this guy talking about? And then, I've been talking for this past 5 months about my spiritual encounters, and I've been writing about it, I've been speaking elaborately about it, telling you how they all came about and under what circumstances. And if you want to, there's millions of other people talking about this stuff, and then people just go, oh, I don't believe that. Oh, that's just control measures. That's all that is. And I go, really? Fucking really? Is that what you want it to be? Because it will be exactly what you want it to be. Do you know that? Listen up. Hey, fools, listen up. This world will be exactly what you want it to be. So if you dismiss it as just being, then that's what it's going to be. if you investigate, and if you have imagination, if you have intuition, if you have spirit, then all of a sudden your eyes become wide, and you're excited, and every day is fascinating. You're in this miracle world that nobody knows a fucking thing about. They just say, it's just trees, it's just bushes, it's just sky. No, it's not. It's a spiritual experience. It's fucking heaven. You're in heaven now, you Christian Muppets. And how you realise it is just get into the mindset of it. Once you tune in, heaven's in here. Everything's in here. There is nothing out there at all. Wake the fuck up. Muggles, Muppets, drones, automaton, sheeples, fools, degenerates, idiots. Wake the fuck up. You're having a spiritual experience. Or maybe you're not. If you don't know you're having a spiritual experience, then you are exactly what Dolores Cannon says. You're just fucking backdrop Muppets in our movie. We are the movie stars, the awoken ones, the spirited ones. There's not many of us around, and evidently there's not many of us around. You, the vast majority of you, are not fucking spirited beings. You absolutely cannot be, because you just wouldn't be like you are if you were. When you wake the fuck up, and personally I don't think I've ever been asleep. I don't think these spiritual people have ever been asleep. No, we've never been asleep. We've just been busy. We've been busy enjoying the earth fucking sojourn. And then we've reached a time in our lives whereby we've decided that, okay, you know, having sex and fucking travelling around the world and going to all these places, it's all good fun, but at the end of the day, you don't need to do any of that. All you need to do is just come back home. Just come back and be self-realised. And then go, oh my goodness, I'm the universe. I'm spirit having a human experience. And look at what I've been doing in my life. I've been all around this place. I've been really enjoying this human experience. Just imagine, people, for a fucking sec. Just please imagine that you do get the option to come down here as a spirit from another dimension. Your spirit is eternal and you choose to be a human being. I wouldn't fucking dream of why you would choose being fat and ugly and stupid. I don't know why you've done that, but evidently lots of you have. And you look at my videos and you're seething now, and maybe you're feeling sad, maybe you're crying. I fucking hope so, because maybe something in you is going to fucking click and you're going to start fucking living life instead of just being a pleb. And then, you know, for those of you that, you know, are stacking supermarket shelves or checkout girls, or, you know, you're working in a factory, or you're doing any of this mundane shit, if you aren't enjoying your labour, then you're wasting your lives. Every second of that. And if you just go, oh yeah, well, we've got to do it. No, really? Have you got to do it? Have I had to do it for the past 14 years? No, I haven't. Am I going to have to do it for the rest of my life? No, I'm not. Do I have exactly every single thing that I want? Yes, I do. So what's the difference between me and you? The difference is I've just applied myself and I've realised that I am God. And I go, well, look, all these fucking bags of food and stuff like that, I just pick them off the fucking supermarket shelves. I don't ever need to see any money. Money's just always in my account. It just keeps coming. The pixies keep sending it to me. And some of you may get a bit of, oh yeah, well, we can't live on benefit. We've got, you know, self-respect, and it's not benefit as you think it is. And I said to one dude, it's cosmic credits. If we are self-realised, we don't have to do any of that shit. We're vastly too evolved for that. We don't have to get involved in it because there's other things. Our mind is engaged with the majesty of it, and that's what we're doing. That's why I'm getting paid all these dividends, because I'm telling people about it. The cosmos loves that shit. It loves you telling people about how wonderful it is, because it actually enjoys being noticed and recognised and being enjoyed. Because the cosmos is sentient. is God experiencing himself through all of these muggles and muppets. But you know, when a little old lady like Dolores Cannon can lay that bombshell on the fucking audiences, you know, she's got spirit. She sits before audiences of fucking, I don't know, several thousand, and she just says, fucking muggles. Muppets they are. 90% of the fucking idiots. They're just our extras. Because if there's only a few of us, there's only a few of us. Let's just say, like, you know, in the Bible it's kind of like 144,000. Well, I think those figures are, you know, quite correct. Because, you know, I can look high and fucking low, and I can't find anyone. You know, I don't want to be too dismissive of some of you out there. Some of you are getting a little bit close, but you're nothing like, you know, fully self-realised. Because if you were, then you'd be singing from the fucking treetops. You would. Singing from the fucking treetops. So, yeah. Backdrop people. Extras in other people's movies. When I was in Africa, and just after I was shot, and I had all that stuff to contend with, and I was sleeping with a fucking pump-action shotgun by my bed and ready to use it. And my girlfriend at the time, she said to me, "You don't have to worry, you know. You'll never die, because you're the star in the movie." And I thought, that was fucking pretty profound. I'm the star in my movie. And all the other people all around me, they're all extras in my movie. And the Africa thing was my movie. A 3-year-long movie. Being in Eastern Europe, Bulgaria, my movie. A year in Australia, my movie. All the places I've been, I'm a fucking movie star. I've been around this world. And I've been the star of a fucking 100,000 movies. And that's why I know that I'm God. And some of you may be getting close to realising that you're God too. And if you are those that really realise that you are God, then why don't you tell me about it? Why don't you come and have a conversation about how you know you're God? And if you say, "Oh, blasphemy, you're not God," I'm going to say to you then, who the fuck is God? Who the fuck is God? I'm telling you, I'm fucking God. Right? Dispute that. Come and dispute that with me. You fucking stand God next to me. You show me God. You show me any fucking evidence for God. I'm here now. I'm solid. I'm real. And I'm telling you, I'm fucking God. What do you got to say about that? Fuck all. All you Christians got fuck all to say about that. Because you've not got no argument. You can't argue with people like me. Because what I'm saying is coming from the cosmos. It's what intuitively awoken people know that we are, that we're just having an Earth rover experience, and that we're God broken down into how many fucking shards. And when I've been on DMT, I knew without a shadow of a doubt that everything has been me, it's always gonna be me, and there's nothing else but me. And so, where do you think solipsism has come from? You see, all these things, they have a derivative, people. They come from somewhere. Where did they come from? They come from out of human consciousness, human awareness, because there's nothing which can enter our dimension of consciousness without pertaining to the human being. And so all the things that people, scientists and everything like that have been thinking, well, those things are all in the scope of the human being. They're all in the scope of human consciousness, the consciousness that we're tapped into. And so when we look at other animals, I'm starting to learn about squirrels, and I know that that little guy, he's tapped in to squirrel consciousness, and he knows intuitively, he was born intuitively, knowing how to bury shit, knowing how to forage, knowing what certain calls and cries mean, intuitively knows how to do his tail, all that sort of thing. And so don't you think that we know things intuitively? Don't you think that if we can just step outside of the bullshit hypnosis that we've been indoctrinated with for this past fucking, as long as we've lived, then don't you think that we can just start to discover something more about what's going on here? And we're not just fucking these stupid little pink-ape slave cunts that stack supermarket fucking shelves, because when you're God, they all do it for you. You don't have to do nothing. You don't have to create, you don't have to make, you don't have to fucking labour, you don't have to do nothing. The world is your oyster, all you've got to do is enjoy it. What do you think about that? What do you think about that? Do you think? Whatever.